Thank you. It's going to be an incredible game. I'm very much looking forward to it. These two teams, certainly something to prove, facing each other before we go into the Pro-Am. And some interesting maps coming forward, of course. We will have the 3 hotels, but tell the difference. We'll just call them Hotel, Motel, Holiday Inn, ton.
Are we allowed to say that on broadcast? I'm not too sure. Look, I'm really interested to see what goes down in this series. Of course, the defeat for LAT yesterday came as a bit of a surprise to absolutely everybody, it has to be said, but what better way to bounce back than with a win against OpTic, of course. And yeah, we talk about seeing it, etc., but would it be nice for both these two teams to get a win over each other? Absolutely no doubt about that. Not necessarily a rivalry brewing just yet, but it is very much ready and waiting to be ignited. And will it be here on Hotel? Absolutely agree with what the desk are saying, though. OpTic do look the stronger. Search and Destroy yesterday was almost flawless. Hardpoint, need to tighten it up, though. Has to see what's going to go down here on Hotel.
Yeah, definitely going to be a trying test for both teams, but we will start off going into P1. At the moment, we're on board with Scump, looking for the first player in the safe. It's going to see Envoy, and a great way to start.
Yeah, just want to try and flip this, and well, 3 kills falling there. Yes, it is. 4 kills flying on through. Lovely stuff coming in from the side of OpTic Texas. Flip now, halfway done, on his way forward. Let's see if we can get anything done over this side.
They're looking for this Scump with a dead silence. Looking already to play a little bit masterful here. The only Thieves just trying to make sure they can get this scrap time off at the moment. They don't want to give it all away to OpTic. They will grab on their own little slice of the pie. But OpTic have got bigger fish to fry, and you can see they are rotated and ready.
Good position to be in. Wonderful start for the side of OpTic. iLLeY has to lock this one down. Some good early time on the doors here for the side of OpTic Texas. Envoy trying to fight back over towards the back. He's going to fall as well as Drazah, as well as Kenny. They lined up for eLLeY. Nicely done. Now ball with Scump, yet to die. 3-0 out of him. A really, really good start from OpTic Texas. Still 45 seconds remaining here on P2.
Yeah, looking very much in control of this game.
Oh my
Scump likes the kill feed as well.
Rotation.
Getting in Scump with the duo, and Scump's on a 5 streak again. He really has been standout for this OpTic team so far in this season. I know it's early days yet, but the king never sleeps. Yeah,
well, we've been talking about it. Can't retire. Can't retire on this one. Absolutely not. Here we go. The big fight about come through.
Oh, that timing.
Yeah, no, that Scump is there. He's going to be able to find at least something, you would think here. Now, Drazah, waiting for a little bit of backup from his teammates. Drazah has played that so well just to survive. And all of a sudden, this rotation was looking good for the side of OpTic Texas. It is, well, still a nice little spot for them to be in. The kills coming in towards the back. And still work for LAT. Come through. Shots are in.
At the moment, but Envoy's going to get 3. Scump will eventually come in and clean it up. A little bit of a silver lining there for OpTic as Drazah trying to take down the players, pushing in, and they're doing an incredible well. OpTic filling that kill feed again. Now going to try and push them around. Dashy gets another kill. No blue dot today. Hack working fine.
Yeah, bad start from Kenny and Drazah. 2 and 14 combined. Rotation now around towards the back. Push going to start coming in here for the side of LAT. Stop the bleeding if you potentially can. You had a good spawn to be able to do so. Shotzzy finding 2 inside the kitchen, and the 3rd as well. Had a pretty slow series, has to be said, yesterday. The rest of the team getting the job done. Needs to be good here today. It's a good start at 8 and 4.
Oh, Dashy! Dashy gets 3 as well. They're slaying so heavily on the side. Texas at the moment. Know how to react. They cannot get any sort of thing going on this game.
Texas is just such a good spot. I mean, I think you're right in terms of, you know, the rotations, etc. They've kind of mostly been there for the side of OpTic. We said that had been an issue, but the slaying ability is, they are being blown off the map right now. It's absolutely wild how fast OpTic came out of the gates here, but LA Thieves now just trying to get themselves back into this game. Managed to get a couple of kills. 40 seconds could be on the cards. Envoy finding those 2 kills over towards the lobby side is going to help things out now. iLLeY momentarily, the only one left for OpTic Texas to do something here. He gets taken down as well. This is a good time for LAT.
Yeah, they're getting right back into this one, and this is the difference. They may be behind in the slaying from the last few hills, but that scrap time brings them screaming back into this game. You can see the rotation again from OpTic Texas. They're going to try and get that lead back right here into the diner.
And that's what it is when it does come down to Modern Warfare 2. You can have a hellish start. First 3 hills looking good, picking up the majority of the time. Bang, 60 on your forehead, and all of a sudden, LAT are well and truly back into this game.
Just trying to be careful now. They know a pinch is coming through as well. Envoy's going to be there, but it's going to be Scump who takes him down. Kenny trying to do the work as well, but it's no good. OpTic have the guns up, and Drazah trying to spin around. Somehow they get it. Octane and Drazah combine. Only Scump left, and Drazah guns. And they've just snatched that hill from the jaws of defeat.
Got to potentially go into the lead here, and after the start that they had, they'd have snapped your hand off it for a couple of hills later to be in a good spot. So LAT eventually coming to the party here on Hotel. Kills falling their way as well. Well played. Drazah slow start, but 6 spray for him. Streaks now available, getting aggressive. The confidence is flowing. We know how important it is for him. He doesn't lack any of that confidence. It has to be said. iLLeY spawning up shots coming in through. Looking for the fight towards the back. It's a big gunfight win. Now for the side of OpTic Texas. They get the kitchen spawn. Rotation coming in. Drazah the only one here for the side of the LA Thieves.
Needs to play a little bit careful. He knows he may be a key man in this engagement. Waiting for it as well. Going to see that first one, and that's going to give them an opportunity. He knows someone's up above him as well. iLLeY is looking for that player. Finds Envoy anyway. Drazah will take him down. And now it looks like Thieves are trying to get back control, but they just don't have the position to make this push. I say that as Octane and Kenny manage to find 2 regardless, and Kenny will find a 3rd. And that's all locked up for them. Not a lot of time there for OpTic. It will be LA Thieves now in control.
Fast and furious start to this game. Drazah calls the streak to find the kill to open things up, kills himself, and then the rest of the team just get the job done. Kenny 2, 3 kills coming up. There you go. Scump nearly will fall. That's going to be another 25 seconds going over towards the side of LA Thieves. And honestly, it's felt like when Thieves have had some decent amount of control, OpTic have really struggled. They're one of the worst teams in terms of scoring 0 points. 22% of the time they are not. That is the worst record in the league. We've seen a couple of examples of that so far here on Hotel.
Now, both teams are going to have to reassess. We set the rotations off again. OpTic come out of the gates with a huge lead. But since then, it has not been pretty. They have not had the opportunity to get back into this game. It looks like Thieves found a different gear. They are in the lead, and they are continuing to put a little bit of pain down.
Drazah was the only one who could find the kill there, though. So OpTic starting to work on these spawns over towards P2. You can already see Shotzzy, the ever-present flank, is always on the cards, but he has been spotted. Rest LAT now gathering around him, get rid of him, and this is a rotation that's looking like it's going to belong to the side of Thieves now. They could possibly hit the 200-point mark with some scrap time off P1 here. Envoy will find the kill onto Scump. Rotation and spawn still in favor of LAT. This dynasty, but they're the ones in prime position. They will get one, but they have that rotation locked in.
And this is what they'll be waiting for. Technically lethal range. But OpTic are going to have something to say about it. You can already see. Here comes the push. Here comes the green wall. Make this one quickly and not give LA Thieves any chance to get it. There's already a streak come in. Shotzzy's managed to get a second one as well. They're trying to just break. So this is iLLeY gets Shotzzy, but everybody goes down from Thieves, and OpTic break in. They've done a fantastic job to rebuff any sort of hold.
Really well played. Using the streak. Using it effectively, it has to be said. LAT having a little look at this though. 37 seconds remaining. Don't want to allow OpTic Texas back into this game. For those first couple of kills may well just slow down the Thieves, and they may walk away here with their tail between their legs, but may have one more spit out of here. Kenny will find one on the Scump. Dashy momentarily the only one left remaining, but we're going to keep an eye on this rotation coming on through. Oh, this scrap was there for the taking. It's a big gunfight win for Kenny. 15 seconds over towards Thieves, but fighting over towards Kitchen is important. Envoy, how has he found a second?
Scump must have just lined up for him as well. Dashy will clean it up as well. Tries to find a second fight, and he does. That's a quick snap from attack. That's what happens when you don't have a blue dot on it. He is certainly putting in the work today. Shotzzy comes in for the trade, and OpTic Gaming, they're in control, they're in the kitchen, and they're about to be in the lead.
This could be a really huge hill. They could find so much time, but look at the pinch being set up here. LAT are dotting their I's, crossing their T's before they make this push on through. Envoy is the great equalizer here, but Scump at the front will find 2, and Envoy, without a hope or a prayer here, he can find 1. Scump finds a 3rd, locking it down. Envoy stays alive, though. The rest of the team can still continue this pinch. He eventually goes down. Rest LA Thieves not here. OpTic Texas cannot win it on this hill, Bryce. They could be very close to doing so, though.
They have turned this around. Thieves were leading at P1 by a significant margin, but OpTic found form.
Did he see him?
He did. He hasn't. Shotzzy has slipped the net, and will be looking to put the final nail in the coffin. Scump's going to be seen as he dives across. Shotzzy's going to try and challenge this. Is he going to find the rest of the players coming through? LA Thieves will have control, but OpTic have managed to get through, but he's going to be found. Shotzzy goes down. Scump wants to trade. Players are firing as well. iLLeY's trying to get it. It's going to be Scump goes for the trade. Team one there from OpTic have got them through as Scump gets a second. And now OpTic are in control. Thieves had the rotation, but they didn't have the gunny. And this game is over in seconds, and it's done. OpTic will win the hard point. They fought their way back. They found the better gameplay. And what a hard point.
Back and forth we went. And honestly, it comes down to the break coming in over towards P2 on that final rotation. OpTic get a lot of time over towards that. And then we're on about the rotation over towards Kitchen. Envoy finds 2, and I'm thinking, well, that's surely it. But Scump finds 2, and Dashy is there as well. They lock it in. It's a huge hold towards Kitchen, which just puts them firmly in the driving seat. And the rotation round was well worked. It was patient. Back over towards Plat. Well played. OpTic Texas. And that has got to now be a huge worry for the side of the LA Thieves. That is their most played hardpoint. We hadn't seen it from OpTic Texas so far this season in competitive settings. They are 1-0 on it now.
And to be honest with you, I just don't know, because that map was so back and forward. OpTic started off incredibly hot, actually pulling off 3 pieces everywhere. Envoy answering back the call at the same time. Going in the second set of rotations, it looked like Thieves had found everything they were looking for. But
Drazah really
OpTic's teamwork is what I have to highlight. I think that's what we got to talk about here, especially as we go into that last rotation. They were calm, they were collected, they baited and switched with each other, and it made the difference. It allowed players to shine like Scump. He was patient.
This was huge. Look at this. Oh my god, Envoy, that was crazy good. And then Shotzzy kind of does the same back to them with the help of Dashy, and then it's the pinch being set up. And they just about hold the OpTic Texas. We thought that the gunfights were not going to go their way, but here we go. Scump, this was the patient play that we talked about. He waited for so long. Shotzzy was there as well, and as soon as he finds that push, that player dead towards the stairs, his team then starts spawning Spark, and that is game over. OpTic Texas, a really impressive map #1 win, and they are looking like one of the hot teams heading into the major. And has to be said, Scump is having a hell of a time on this game. It has to be said. I mean, he is looking scary.
Every time he has a positive KD, that mustache gets a little bit bigger. Every time. That wasn't even a mustache at the start of the CDL. Now it's blooming.
It really annoys me how well he carries it. What can this man not do?
He is having an incredible start to the season. Everywhere they need him to be. The meta shift, still great. And it's easy to talk about Scump, considering the news he dropped just a little while ago about his potential retirement. I say potential because none of us want him to retire, especially not when he's looking like one of the MVPs of the league. But they are locked in. There are things to take away from the OpTic gameplay, and it's got to be the teamwork for me. When they looked polished, they look amazing, and it's something that I think may have been lacking for this team in the past. But when it clicks and they do things like you just saw in that last rotation, that's when they're truly dangerous.
Yeah. We had the Des mention that they wanted to see more from iLLeY and Dashy. Well, we got a good amount of that there. I still think there's some things that they absolutely need to work on, though. That we've seen the point of the start of 0 points on 22% of their hills. There was a couple of those occasions where if there was a lockdown by LA Thieves in terms of getting a hold of a hill, they really do sometimes struggle to break, which is a crazy thing considering you have a Shotzzy. But nonetheless, that's something they maybe need to work on. The LA Thieves strung a couple of hills together to make things really interesting after a very, very average start. But heading into Search and Destroy now, this is where things get even more difficult for the Thieves, for our current world champions. We head over towards Fortress, and how good did OpTic look on this map yesterday?
Yeah, they do look very, very good, and it plays out very well for them. Here's some stats from iLLeY, by the way. 1.32 on S&D, and a lot of that's going to be down with the sniper. He has been lethal with it. They do play around it, OpTic, and Thieves will know this. They will be trying to figure out their own way around it as well. We'll see what counterplay and what positions they take, as everybody's seen just about enough gameplay now to formulate and watch the VOD.
Add 1 collat to those stats, boys. My goodness. Hey, we'll get another one. I wonder. Oh, the sniper coming out, just about whiffing that one. And the second. All right. Not like him, but there you go. That is like Shotzzy. Gets aggressive. The push over towards the outside road. Coming in for the LA Thieves is immediately shut down. And this is now a nearly impossible attacking round to win.
Opening it up like they finished the hard point. Octane left for a 1 versus 4, but no time. No teammates. Oh, found one kill onto iLLeY, but instantly traded back out as well. OpTic Texas open up with a pretty clinical first round.
Nicely done from the side of OpTic. If they find the first blood on defensive rounds, which is what they were on that time, they've won 6 out of 6. Mick, that's 7 out of 7. They know how to play the picks. They know how to play their lives. If they can find that first blood, call it curtains in the round. And they really struggled, actually, in terms of opening duels last week when it does come down to search and destroy. 1 in 14. They were down in first bloods. Yesterday against London, 11-4. So making the difference. Changes are being made, and changes are working for the better here for this team so far.
They have going for this A control again, and if you haven't seen this map before, by the way, there is a B bomb site, but much like the number 7 on your microwave, nobody's really going to use it.
I'll figure that out at a later date. Dashy now left in a 1 versus 3. So LA Thieves on course to answer this one back. Dashy not in the best position, has to be said. Does have a head glitch though, and well, if he can reload his gun, he might have had a chance, but on the fourth time of asking was not quick enough. LA Thieves clean up very, very nicely. First blood comes on through, they managed to work it. Good defensive round coming in from the side of Thieves, and I think that's an important round for them to get. Stop the bleeding. You know, OpTic are coming screaming into map number 2 with a lot of confidence, getting the round back straight away. It's a nice way to start off your run here in map number 2. They know they need to win this map. I think it's pretty essential for that LA Thieves here. Heading into control next, which OpTic have looked good in as well. They need to have themselves a good search and destroy here. Oh, what's this?
Well, here comes LA Thieves, and oh my goodness!
Oh, the stun.
Just a little wobble. The stun takes him down. Octane and Envoy have managed to get just enough kills. Dashy trying to see if he can get a trade out the back of this one. Open it back up, but Drazah guns him before he can, and Scump left in a 1 versus 4.
That stun on iLLeY works wonderfully. You've seen the strat coming in from LA Thieves from the rip. Kenny ready to throw it through as soon as that door was open. That just slowed everybody from OpTic Texas down over towards that side. LA Thieves take complete control, find the gunfights, and Scump is all of a sudden left in a 1 versus 3. Not very plausible that this one works this way. Run away.
Just don't think it's possible. Might try and take out Drazah. Players coming through and eventually will go down. Difficult spot for them, but LA Thieves will go 2-1 up now in this S&D.
There you go. Nicely done. Honestly, I really like the strat with the stuns, just to open things up a little bit, just to slow things down. It's one of those where you maybe have to try not to waste so many, because the player opens that initial door for you. You can then throw that through the double doors. You don't have to use the stun to open the one of the double doors. You save your stun. Then on another player that goes in towards iLLeY, you can't snipe anybody if he's being hit by a stun. So, beautiful work by the side of LA Thieves. Nice to see those kind of players coming out. Not nice to see Envoy getting caught with his pants down in the middle of the map, though.
And this is all for OpTic now. They already have this advantage. They can slow this down, figure out what they want to do next. A bomb site, always a tempting option, but at the moment, they're just playing it slow and short. They don't want to give away this advantage they currently have.
Something to happen here. Drazah maybe the one to make it happen. But Dashy, resolute in his defense. Kenny's going to say, well, didn't work out for him. Let's see if I can have a go. Dashy once again, ready and waiting. He's going to see Kenny, isn't he? Yeah, he is. He has another one for Dashy.
Absolute snap.
3 for him in that round. Finds the first into Envoy and locks down the side of the map himself. Really well played. And it's a good position to be in. You know, you expect pushes to come through that side. Finds 1, finds 2. Bruce shall not be moved. 5 and 2 out of him. OpTic Texas answering back.
They are having a good time, but it is back and forth. And that's kind of what we expect between these two teams. Make no mistake, these are some of the top teams in the CDL this season. A lot of expectations weighs on both shoulders. So they are going to go back and forth and have these close games as we jump aboard with iLLeY once again, trying to thread the needle, get that information, see if he can pick out an eyebrow or two.
Plenty of info. Oh my god, Drazah! His head gets taken up by a bullet and a couple of splinters out of that big old gate. The bomb's now going down. LA Thieves have to just force OpTic Texas into action here and just hope they can hold it down. That sniper for all, it's an advantage now. It's a disadvantage for a retake. Or can iLLeY make it count? The rest of OpTic Texas may play around this. 35 seconds.
Well, he's trying to get something. There's a little bit of information there, and that's worrying him. He knows he's got the hit marker. He's going to run with a pistol, and he's going to get hit with a pistol as well. Doesn't even need the sniper. Jumps into the site. Octane back gets two, though. Dashy now left alone. Has got it. It's a 1 versus 2 for Dashy, but the time is against him. He has to find Kenny. He has to find this kill and defuse the bomb. Checks closed. He's not there. Goes to check open. Oh, Kenny wins the gunfight. What a close, ridiculous game.
Got a little view of us there. Wait, not Dashy and Kenny. There they are. And that is a big 1v1. That's a couple of rounds in a row for OpTic Texas if Dashy can find that one. And honestly, it's the play from Octane towards the back. I called it out as soon as that rotation was starting to come in towards that site after that bomb was down. But that's a first blood that does not get converted from the side of OpTic. On a defensive round as well. Called that stat out at the beginning of the game. Sorry about that. That's now gone.
Here we go. Octane this time with the sniper. Oh, the nades are raining in. He's had to completely back off. There's a quick plant. OpTic are going for it. Even with it, Shotzzy's going to stick it, and that's going down. That movement, by the way, did he just fly off of there?
Oh my days. Right, here we go then. How do you retake this here if you're the LA Thieves? Shotzzy locking this one down. Drazah thinks you'll have the better of him here with the attack, and you will do so. Matchup multiplier working out quite nicely there. Octane now retaking the site. Got some help as well. Dashy, big win. Big wins.
Octane's alone, and he's holding the pre-aim. He's hoping Dashy comes back out, but too many places to look. OpTic Texas with a fantastic early plant. Shotzzy gets out, gets first blood as well. And like I said before, expect this. Expect back and forth. Expect it to be tense.
Honestly, I thought OpTic would look almost a little bit more comfortable here on the search and destroy. But LA Thieves definitely having a better time with things here than maybe expected. Callouts coming through from Scump though. Making sure his team are locked in. 3-3 back and forth. Yes, all right. 7-3 out of Dashy. Can he continue this one? No aggressive pushes down this side from LA Thieves. Allow OpTic Texas to maybe take liberties down that side of the map, but of course it is an air hit coming in on the side of the Thieves.
Shotzzy's found one. Maybe calling to get a second nade in there, but not at the moment. And all right, iLLeY has got a nade down as well. Takes out Drazah. Envoy almost out at the same time. Shotzzy's going to catch him. Perfect timing. Now they have to try and hold. This bomb is down. iLLeY with a sniper will go down to Kenny. Brings it back to a 2 versus 3. Never mind.
Shots.
Never mind.
Really good shots there from Dashy. Shotzzy just causing havoc. I honestly thought that Shotzzy was going to trade it on the bomb site. 25 seconds remaining. We'll wait on those dead silence timers coming up for the side of OpTic Texas. Shotzy's running out. Wouldn't mind a little more to help him out though. We'll get the defuse in. And honestly, it was just a shame that we jumped off iLLeY there for a second. I wasn't too sure if that grenade, the grenade probably didn't full kill. I want to say that he maybe got a hit marker with the sniper to help that grenade just do its job. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't on the bomb carrier, but in the end, it did not matter. OpTic Texas now in the lead. A couple of good retakes there, Bryce.
There are. These two clinical every single step of the way. And I don't know who's going to win it. That is the truth. We've seen so much from both these two teams. If OpTic can take this round, it'll be a major boon to them. 5-3. Put them in a much appreciated position.
Now,
just playing it slow ton.
Yeah, the position from Shotzzy is one that's a precarious one. And I know he'll always be tempted to burst open that door as soon as he has any single shot and try and find the kill. But now he has the bomb and he definitely can't do that now. iLLeY, my goodness, the shots are starting to fly on through. Has to back on down. The Thieves do not take advantage of that. I thought they might have pushed up through open, get a little bit more presence. They step back, very patient, 5 seconds.
It is, at the moment, it will be OpTic. You have to make a move. They will have to get onto this bomb site at some point. Drazah is trying to hold them off as long as possible. There goes the stun check. There goes the nade. iLLeY trying to stop anybody coming through closed. Firing these bullets, but it looks like iLLeY thinks they're going to commit. There's no bodies in it. iLLeY fires one, Shotzzy fires a second. The commit has not worked. Octane managed to get one back into it, but Shotzzy is here trying to get the trade. It's a 2 versus 3. They just throw everybody through the door.
Oh my God.
But OpTic walk away with it. The play call for Thieves came in. Let's commit. Open and closed. A double stack. But they just lost everything, and no amount of fighting back in the end would work. And that door has stood up to an awful lot of punishment.
There's a couple of iLLeY sniper bullets flew through that. And at that stage, because it's such a narrow position, and you know they're going to hold that right-hand side from iLLeY's POV, of course, so they can get the angle towards the bomb site and towards the right-hand side so nobody pushes through to open. He knows they're going to be there. Fire a couple of shots through, all of a sudden you're 1 round away from making it 2-0. Look at this commitment. iLLeY will find one. Scump will get traded. 1v1 comes on through. Octane will find it. It's a 3v2 for the side of LA Thieves.
Okay, he's stunned towards the back. Just trying to slow it down just a second as well. Now Shotzzy in a 1 versus 3. Not going to work out. Envoy shuts it down completely. 1 back on the board for LA Thieves.
Well, you all know the famous Drazah saying that felt like that was the mentality heading into this round, because we are 1 round away from going 2-0 down. Let's just send it towards the bomb site. And it works out. iLLeY was the only one able to find anything, but because he has a sniper, he can only find the 1. Although, if anything, yesterday is to go by. And sometimes it's the case that you can find a couple with that. But nonetheless, the trades come through. The SMGs in that gunfight always going to be a little bit better as soon as that first shot is fired. LA Thieves still need 2 more.
You can see all on iLLeY again, playing around this sniper. It is a scalpel. It is the catalyst for OpTic Gaming.
Look at Drazah. Drazah's on the site here, so that's a very, very advanced position. Oh, yeah, and he's in trouble. There you go. I think they may be getting a bit of info on him there. With the stun or something, they knew he was there. A few bullets flying through, and all of a sudden it's a 4v3.
Octane trying to get this information, see if anybody peeks. And what he's waiting for is he's now going to call the players going across. I don't know if he saw Shotzzy go back, though. And LA Thieves have moved up on the map for this. Envoy has found Shotzzy somehow.
That was bomb as well. Will be very quickly recovered by Scump, though. And Octane is the one that will slow things down here for what will be a brave flank coming in here for the side of the LA Thieves. Octane surviving is just about a good enough job. 25 seconds to go. Kenny will find one. Envoy will find another. Scump here left now in a 1 versus 3 with 20 seconds to go. He's going to hightail it over towards B. It's got to be the play. The Thieves will know that. Yep, they'll know that any second now. Nothing heading on over towards A. Bomb is down. It's Scump for the 1v3.
Well, here we go. B defense, and this doesn't happen very often. Or at all. And they're looking for it, and Scump runs straight into Envoy. He was probably going to try and wrap around for that one, but hasn't managed to do it. And that will mean we go 5-5 on this S&D.
Surprised to find us now in around 11, to be honest with you. It felt like OpTic Texas were really starting to stretch their legs there. But I love the call from LA Thieves. Octane just holding down towards open. And it's a big flank coming in. Kenny and Envoy, the last 2 remaining, they're the ones who made that push and who completely shut down the A plant. That was inevitably going to come on through. Put that pressure on. Scump only has one option. But we have a round 11 on the cards now. Here we go.
They full lock in. This time, OpTic on the defense. Are they going for it? Envoy looking to see if there are players. Shotzzy hanging off the window. And both teams now trying to get into this. It looks like LA Thieves are trying to commit, and iLLeY gets a hit marker.
Grenades incoming.
Another hit marker with a grenade, and Octane finds him. They have found him on the search and finds out LA Thieves. It's a 2 versus 4. It's all falling apart for OpTic. Dashy left alone. Envoy calling in the cruise missile. They know where he is, nowhere to catch him. Trying to throw it in the window, not going to work, but Dashy is alone and Octane guns him. And OpTic were in such a good position, 5-3, but LA Thieves ice it out and tie this series up.
Really, really good game out of the side of LA Thieves. I'm not sure what the impression from Octane is, nonetheless. They'll be happy with that one. A lot better in the Search and Destroy than we necessarily expected heading in against OpTic Texas, but nonetheless, it's a win. A very, very close one. First bloods as well for the side of OpTic Texas. We said that they were struggling to find them last week. They started to find them now. They didn't convert them this time. That is 8-3. And they lose 6-5 when it does come down to Fortress as well. They're so influential. OpTic Texas will be kicking themselves for that one.
They certainly will. I mean, 8 out of 11 first bloods for OpTics, right?
It's big.
And iLLeY had 4 first bloods with the sniper. I said during that game, they are playing around that sniper strategy, and iLLeY, fortunately, being as good as he is hitting them. But they just couldn't get that series over the finish line. And that has tied them up to Hotel.
And we've got a very interesting map now. Both these two teams undefeated on this map and mode combination. It's going to be a funny one. I'm really excited to see how the rest of the series plays out. I'm feeling map 5 already. I'm feeling it. Both maps went the complete opposite direction to what potentially expected. It's going to be a banger.
It certainly will. Well, join us for map 3 here on the Call of Duty League. All that and more to come up after this break. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you right after this.
Upgrade your game with a Scump, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by the GMC Hummer EV pickup, the world's first all-electric super truck.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We have an incredible game ready for you now. At the moment, OpTic Texas and LA Thieves are tied up 1-1. The hardpoint was back and forth. The S&D was the same. The difference being is that in the hardpoint, OpTic regained and fought their way back. In the S&D, it was LA Thieves. We've had a little break. We've had a little rest. We're about to go into the control. Who is feeling it, Ton?
Oh, I'm feeling it, mate. That's what I'm thinking. I'm feeling it. I'm excited about this series. And yeah, I mean, look, let's talk about the control. As mentioned, the team yet to drop a map when it has come down to hotel control specifically, which is now obviously going to have to go from one of these two teams. But I'm curious because, you know, the LA Thieves were in a good position. It took OpTic Texas, if anything, to clutch up a little bit, heading over towards P3, towards the latter stages of map number 1 to find map number 1 win. Map number 2 was pretty much all OpTic Texas, and it's LA Thieves that then clutch up when needed. So now we're heading into control, both two teams. Where is the momentum heading? Where is it right now? Both of them really going toe-to-toe here. When we talk about hotel control, we talk about bedroom control. It's so important. And somebody like Envoy is going to be a player who is there and being a menace as per usual. But we've seen OpTic do this to a different degree yesterday. They're so hard to get rid of in that area of the map on the defensive side of things. And let's keep an eye if that's something that Thieves can deal with, because it is something that is very, very difficult to do. As we head into map number 3. I'm already calling map number 5. I'm ready for it.
We will find out. At the moment, we will have LA Thieves on the attack, and oh boy, just going to have a little peek in the carpet. I don't know if that was his own stun or whether he got stun checked. I think he got stun checked. And a big fight already. Kenny tries to push in for doubles, but hasn't managed to get that way either. OpTic trying to figure out exactly what the disposition of LA Thieves is.
Shotzzy's going to get caught. And all of a sudden, there should be a pressure coming in. Scump is just ready for Octane to overextend, and that is now going to negate any pressure that LA Thieves had over towards this side. But the spawns over towards Kitchen will help things out. Both teams just kind of playing for a little bit of map presence right now. No team really able to find it. In a good position to do something about this, though. Scump will be dealt with. Shotzzy will be very, very weak, and all of a sudden, this should be a push over towards Egg now coming on through. OpTic Texas may well just give this side of the map up, but they do have a Shotzzy in Kitchen.
Just trying to stay alive. Dives across as well. Just always a nuisance because Octane can't take his eye off. And Octane's probably called him out. Eventually, it will be cleaned up. LA Thieves opening this one up on a kill feed. OpTic choosing to go all the way towards B and lock it down. Dashy with 2 again. That's Envoy staying alive. He's always a problem. But right now, you can see there's just trades going down, waiting for that A-tick to finish.
Oh, just looking for a little bit of control. That's a gunfight that Dashy probably shouldn't lose there. That's aBeZy up against the attack. Drazah with bedroom control. Nothing here on the defensive side. So OpTic Texas in a bad spot. It's a big gunfight win from Drazah. Shotzzy had to be weak from a grenade. And all of a sudden, LA Thieves can stack this, Bryce.
They're going for it. They're putting the pressure on as well. Can anyone get 2? They're trying to get this one. Scump already deflecting a little bit of that pressure. Comes through.
This is bad.
Pushes the tempo. And that second tick is almost in. It's now in as well. OpTic has to go. The green wall needs to move. They are looking again for this is a 3-stack. Shotzzy with 2 though. They're dropping the conveyor into it. Shotzzy's coming forward. And Kenny is going to go down. Shotzzy the madman hits the flank, hits the 2, hits the knife, and hits that one out of the park. OpTic regain.
Still a lot for OpTic Texas to do here. That's 2 ticks already in. It's 1, 2, 3 dead maybe. And LA Thieves can just about get a hold of it, but nonetheless, 12 lives remaining on either side. Shotzzy, the hero where he needs to be. And now it's bedroom control for OpTic Texas. They haven't really had this locked in whatsoever. Shotzzy's already going to be playing that flank. Dashy, that's an important win. Drazah nearly snaps onto him. But now we slow everything down just that little bit, 1:10. And with those lives remaining, don't expect too many gunfights coming up just yet.
It's all about control here for OpTic. No pun intended, as they try to just lock this down. They've done it before, and it's incredibly hard to dig them out. Already points going on to iLLeY. Has to have a big gunfight. He needs to try and make something happen. It's already almost done. He has to jump on the point. He wins the gun, but no, it's Scump who gets it. Scump gets 2. And they keep getting away, but there's still another player left under it. They've got a child. Dashy's there in the end. This is a game of fingernails, holding on to nothing. Dashy makes another one. And oh my goodness, if you're an OpTic fan, you can breathe.
8v6. You can breathe, but not for long. And that's the problem when you all start to push up to mid and control bedroom. If you're not really there to defend the site, then they can just dive onto it. But Shotzzy causing issue in the middle of the map. It's a big kill. LA Thieves now, with no lives remaining, make that 3 as Shotzzy once again just knows where you are. Octane will find him. The only ace in the hole that they have or had was Drazah behind them, and now all of a sudden it would take something special from Envoy. No lives remaining. What a round between these two teams.
Outrageous every step of the way. Thieves put everything they had into those pushes. And there we go. There's Shotzzy again. The hero he needed decides to commit so they couldn't get it. Goes in for the stab, and it brought them just enough room. Look how close that point is. Production, we can see that again 1,000 times. Look at it. Look how close it came down to. Shotzzy gave up top bedroom and made the hero play. Not just the two-piece, the contest, the knife, everything.
It's a common Hot Hands Lounge win there with the observant. Shout out to those guys. Scump and Co now with a round to their advantage. And well, nobody left alive on the map momentarily, but nonetheless, a push over towards A seems imminent. Thieves ready for this one though, because the commitment over to B that hasn't really found anything for the side of OpTic Texas, so the inevitable has got to happen. A is on the cards.
Well, they're just trying to find a way through, but haven't found anything so far on this one. Drazah continuing to put in work. OpTic still committing to this one, and Drazah gets another kill.
These are big kills. These are big kills because this is allowing LA Thieves to set up now, although Dashy will find 2 of his own, which will probably slow down this defensive hold, has to be said. Shotzzy will find another. Drazah finds him. And Dashy heading over towards B. I mean, this is a hell of a commitment because now look at LA Thieves. And for the side of OpTic Texas, this is bold. This is bold, but it might work out.
Octane needs to be a little bit of a plug. They have to try and stop this. Scump ends up taking it down. They get onto this point. Scump looking for a second one and almost gets it, but Drazah has to back off. OpTic are on point.
This from Kenny. Oh, he doesn't find anything, and now the rest of the team need to go. Can't find it. Scump will find one, and it's only Octane in a position to do anything to stop this right now. Just trying to stay alive. The rest of the team coming in off spawn over towards the Spar side, but Shotzzy pressing the issue. There's a second, and this should be B for OpTic.
They have it. That second one is racing forward. They're stacking the point. The third one's going to go in. It's going to be a dino push. OpTic have found it. And they have brought the kills right back into this game as well.
And I mean, I was about to criticize the streak coming in, but I honestly don't think that is... it's not necessarily too effective when it does come down to this map on either point. Drazah maybe just trying to slow something down, whatever it can do. But nonetheless, LA Thieves, we have seen a couple of teams start to be able to defend over towards A that little bit better. And it's all about the kitchen control. LA Thieves, this is not done and dusted. Yes, this is the harder one to defend. And Octane not able to find the shots there, but keeping Envoy or anybody alive in kitchen here for the side of Thieves is crucial.
Make it difficult for LA Thieves, but Envoy and Kenny hold firm. Scump has found one into kitchen. Trying to get a little bit of control, but he has been shot from so many different directions. Trying to stay alive. Octane's going to challenge him, but does get that challenge quickly. People just trying to find a gap in the armor.
LA Thieves now. Because you have nobody on the pinch, you just have to set up, get the guns up, and hopefully win the fights. Kenny coming in from the mid map, but it's all about the iron sights. Can you hold it? Kenny, Octane working together, and all of a sudden Dashy's left on his own. It would take something quite miraculous. Not going to happen. Even though they lose B, it is a big hold by the LA Thieves.
Yeah, at the moment, Thieves will be 2 ticks ahead. It was a big hold from the Thieves. They just managed to bottleneck them. They did stop the pinches turn. That's probably the most important thing you pointed out. They stopped the pinches. Players like Shotzzy, you know he's going to be trying to work it. They couldn't get through. The trades were not there when they needed it. No hero plays.
Yeah, I suppose, you know, when I talk about the defensive side having to have somebody in kitchen to then develop that pinch if you lose the gunfights in mid. Same breadth with the side of the attacking team there. You get somebody behind towards Jewel, then you can start working on both ends. But LA Thieves didn't let it happen. Didn't let Shotzzy find those positions. that does make all of the difference when you're fighting the holes over towards A. Dashy now in a bit of a precarious spot as initial pressure from Thieves coming on over towards B.
They're looking for this one. Octane not having the most fun on this control map so far in the second. Envoy will get it though, and he might try and stop this clock for just a few seconds. Going to jump on. Be very careful. There's not really a lot of reinforcements for him here, so he's going to have to play it a little bit careful. Eventually, players coming through. They know that there's an option, but Scump is going to shut it down. LA Thieves thought they might have an opportunity.
If I'm Envoy there, I'm begging for a trophy system to help him out. You can then push up towards the desk. It's a little bit of a more precarious situation for the side of OpTic, because then you have to push through the gunfight by a desk, and it's a little bit more difficult. So now, LA Thieves having to default as a push over towards A. OpTic Texas ready and waiting.
They're reading this very, very well, and they are making themselves hard kills. Dashy finds a second. Drazah is trying to get into a position. He does eventually. Stops the clock with 19 seconds. Has been challenged by iLLeY. More trades coming through. The Envoy has managed to get back onto it. The problem now for LA Thieves is they cannot take a step wrong.
You know where they're going to be. Defending from the front. Yeah. He's the
flank Reaper.
Stop it here. iLLeY's on the other side. Yeah, Octane. Yeah, we're playing OpTic. You know where Shotzzy is. A is gone. Now up to B. But it's now an opportunity for OpTic Texas to dig those trenches over towards the bedroom. Dashy, iLLeY played an absolute crucial role for them in their game yesterday up against London, and they're doing the same thing here.
LA Thieves committing to this right now. Scump is the only player on this side of the map that will see this call come in. This is OpTic's standard tactic. Hold bedroom. Hold that position. Make them dig you out over and over again. At the moment, they can't get past the first hurdle. Scump isn't even letting them get close.
Oh, he is going to go down. Still two players over towards Plat's side. iLLeY, yeah, doing the same thing as he did last time. Backs on down. Loads of good cover here. Kenny's going to go with the challenge, though, so there's one. But they expect Dashy here as well, though.
They do. They've called him out. They've said, hey, we haven't found Dashy yet. Where is he? Envoy's now found him. It has given OpTic some time to get back into it, but players are now watching this door. Dashy will have to commit to a gunfight, but iLLeY's going to get two around the back as well. Dashy playing his life has done just enough. LA Thieves couldn't get the kills they wanted to do, and he comes in eventually. And the OpTic patience and teamwork has shut this down. They cannot dig the players of OpTic out of that area ever.
One more push here for the side of LA Thieves. That bedroom control is now gone. Scump in middle, though, will be able to slow something, but speaking of slow, that timer has now been stopped. LA Thieves, 5 lives remaining. This Scump just trying to cut the head of the snake off. Octane finding Drazah is not going to help LA Thieves' case in this round. Team kill comes on through. I don't think it really would have mattered in the grand scheme of things, but honestly, what they do so well, and what you've seen from Dashy there, was even the fact that LA Thieves know exactly where he is. They know he's in and around that area, and because of that, they have to turn around, they have to watch it, they have to have somebody watching bedroom, they have to watch somebody watching lights. And as soon as that happens, if you lose one gunfight towards OpTic spawn, it is 3 kills for a player like iLLeY. He finds 2, breaks that attack completely wide open, and Dashy just being there, even if he's not firing shots or showing himself, is just as paramount as him finding kills.
Well, here we go, OpTic. Can they end this here and get an offensive win? Looking a little bit cagey at the moment, not really committing A or B. They're just trying to feel this out, trying to find the kills, see if there's a gap that opens.
Putting the feelers out, Bryce. Putting them out. Just going to put a couple of shots in. It might be to his demise. Gets behind the desk here as well. That's an ego child I've ever seen one, but nonetheless, Octane will take him down. Shotzzy now. Leading the charge at the front. That's always a hard gunfight for him to win. But OpTic taking control of bedroom. They want B first.
Actually just waiting now. If they can make one more kill or get somebody on this cross. OpTic will commit, but it's going to be Drazah and Envoy. They throw up a wall of tracers. OpTic have got a player through, though. They're going to have to continue trying to cut this down. There are players now getting past them. And these aren't really in a great position to deflect this. That first tick is already in.
Oh, Octane pushes forward, and there you go. Shotzzy covering that side. Kenny, though, in bedroom, needs to do something to help his teammates out here. Big gunfight coming in. Scump's going to win it. All of a sudden, it's only Envoy in a position to do anything about it. Scump from the top rope is only minor distraction. Shotzzy and iLLeY and OpTic Texas are so good at getting a hold of that B point. Last time around, they couldn't get a hold of it, though. LA Thieves, they dug in deep. Can they manage to hold this once again?
Oof. Maybe not. They need the reinforcements to come through. This is opportunity for OpTic. iLLeY going to be aggressive. Going to see if he can find a kill here. And he goes in.
Oh my God.
Scump's got another one. Only one player left forward. It's going to be Envoy. He will be the only player to slow OpTic down. He wins a huge gunfight there in the end against Scump. And stop OpTic in the track. Shotzzy's going to be in the flank again. Everybody split all over the map.
Kenny as well. He got Kenny as well. Envoy's the only one that can survive here for the side of Thieves. He's eventually taken down. Now OpTic Texas are in the point and only have to look one direction.
They're in. They're in. It's a stack as well. 3 players from OpTic on the point. It's rocketing forward. LA Thieves have to commit. They know they're going across here. Looking for the first and second. Trots coming through. And they find 3. Scump is the only one left alive. That second tick was in. It was all or nothing.
That may well have guaranteed OpTic defense. Don't quote me on it, but I think it might have. Either way, they'll still want to close it out here if they possibly can do. Scump was trying to watch mid, but with a Vaznev, it's not necessarily the best thing to be able to do. He couldn't hold it down, and that's where the leak came, if anything. But the lives remain for the side of OpTic Texas. Time is not necessarily on their side. 35 seconds to go. You have 1, maybe 2 pushes yet. Oh, it's a big win.
Kenny wins a huge 2. Last chance. Last chance. OpTic is going to try and make a push here, but they're too far away. And LA Thieves know it. They're just trying to cut them off before they get anywhere close. Kenny in kitchen will find 1. Doesn't even need to get the second, but does regardless. And unless Dashy can pull off one of the plays of the century, it isn't going to happen. We are going to a round 5.
LA Thieves, I mean, as the game has developed and as we have got into it a little bit more, teams are becoming a lot more proficient at defending over towards A. And it was just a really nice break, if anything. You know, OpTic did everything right. They got everybody inside the point. It's then a 4v4. LA Thieves have to retake in that situation, and they win nearly every single gunfight. So it's very typical, very well played from the side of Thieves. Brute force finds themselves back into the game, and all of a sudden we are heading into a round number 5. I believe that OpTic Texas shut down the defensive side. We're yet to see 1 be dropped. Is it going to be now in round number 5, though? Can Thieves clutch up, or can OpTic hold it down?
Here we go. Defense for OpTic. We'll be happy considering how this has gone so far. Big push from LA Thieves, and Scump and Dashy will get that first kill up top. And Dashy will get a second. Scump is shooting these as Dashy is taking his kills.
Can't believe he would do that in his retirement, yeah? Let his stats be padded.
Scump eventually getting a kill there, and you know exactly where Shotzzy's going to be as well. LA Thieves just slowing this map down. They're trying to figure out where these players could be. Can they get into A? Kenny's already looking for Shotzzy. He knows exactly what's going to be. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Shotzzy's going to get that kill regardless. LA Thieves are now swarming forward. Scump's going to try and deflect it as well. He's got 1 and backs off, waiting for teammate reinforcements.
Yeah, they'd like to not give this away for complete free. They already have a 4 life advantage. Is that something that they maybe think of? I'm not too sure. We haven't really seen a round of control come down the lives, though. At least not very often. Scump just playing with them here. I think that is a, as they say, choked uphill. That one's done.
Yeah.
Now Shotzzy has to lock down desk here. He really does have to lock down desk here.
Well, this is a play by OpTic. The same one we've seen a million times. Try to hold this off as much as possible.
That's big.
But this is the same scenario. So far, LA Thieves haven't managed to break this. They haven't managed to stop Dashy and iLLeY, stopping them dead. However, already 1 goes down. iLLeY has to be the man. Has to try and do something, and he will get Envoy straight away again. They've got it. iLLeY eventually goes down. Drazah trying to take matters into his own hands. And both teams just throwing bodies at it now, but OpTic deflecting, and Octane with the last shot, maybe.
Octane?
Oh, goodness.
He was popping off. Envoy's here to keep the pressure up. There's nobody in veteran from the side of OpTic Texas. So good players out of Envoy and Octane. Even though they don't really find any points, they keep that pressure on. OpTic Texas need to find their way out now.
It's brutal. LA Thieves smell a little bit of blood in the water. They're trying to push forward. Can they win enough gunfights for it as well? They are dug in OpTic. They are putting everything they can into it as well. They've got to get Octane gets 2. Drazah's going to push forward. He's going to find Dashy. No! Dashy wins that gunfight, and now Envoy is fighting. That is rocketing up. It's the last chance for OpTic. They have to fly. They have to fly. They're looking for it everywhere, but it's going to be LA Thieves with a gunny in the kill feed. They take it. The first offense will be the final map. Oh my goodness. We're going to the hardpoint and Thieves are in the front.
Oh, I'm just cheesing here. What a series this has been so far. LA Thieves, we didn't see one attacking round even look remotely close from them. Well, outside of when Shotzzy went crazy, yeah, well, that was really close, has to be said. But nonetheless, they get the job done when it matters. And honestly, that round, for me, comes down to Octane finding those 3 kills when everybody else died. Yes, okay, he is inevitably going to die because OpTic come up the respawn, but he clears house 4 Thieves to then run from scot-free towards the point. It's map control. It's the round for Thieves. It's a series lead for Thieves as well. 2-1 to the good. And then he commented, actually, as we head into the final round, Octane was having a really, really below par game, but those 3 kills do the business for Thieves. They get the win. And that set a lead in the series alongside it.
Yeah, I also want to kind of highlight Drazah. He took matters into his own hands there in the end. And OpTic, we've been highlighting what they've been doing every single time. They get in the top bedroom, they get below, they just basically make a nuisance of themselves and wait for those opportune kills. It forces the other team to shoot not only 2 directions, but either dig them out or worry about being shot in the back all the time. It's very, very effective. LA Thieves, they sent Drazah in, they concentrated on it. And OpTic couldn't regain once they lost it. It was just a bloodbath.
And I think, you know, if you're OpTic Texas in this scenario, both your attacking rounds in regular time, you got B early, had loads of time to get a hold of A. You then get defense around number 5. All right, okay, no problem. Yeah, we were close, but no cigar. Let's just lock in this defense like we have done on our previous 2, and you lose it. That is a hard one to bet. This was it. Look, he finds the kill on the desk. Dashy's already been killed, finds a second one there as well, and then all of a sudden OpTic Texas have to all funnel through spot, all funnel through desk. Gunfight's 1 in the middle as well, as the rest of Thieves then come off respawn. But they know they have the freedom to push forward. They don't have to then check every single corner and bedroom. They know 3 of them are dead. The info is there, and they use that information to the best of their ability to find the map and find a series lead. Oh, it's been a close one. Convincing win for OpTic in map number 1, but since then there's not much to separate them, but the one round that separates them in the search and destroy and the control has fallen the way of the LA Thieves as we head into an embassy hardpoint next. Precariously placed, honestly. Heading into this, you know, like OpTic Texas were looking like the best team on the game, but LA Thieves yesterday, yeah, okay, they lose to Florida. Coming into this series though with an absolute vengeance pricing.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, yeah, you talk about the end of that round as well. We kind of highlighted how Octane wasn't having a good game, but just went huge to win it. And also, you got to kind of realize that LA Thieves had a lot of practice trying to get OpTic out of that position last round. Essentially, they tried to do it about 15 times before then. And the one time it worked, the one time they figured it out and caught Dashy and iLLeY, they managed to break that hill. But it was brutal. It was not sold for certain either way. OpTic were finding a lot of clutch kills. They were playing their lives very, very well. It came down to genuinely a few trades going the wrong way here and there. Otherwise, I think they would have had it.
Yeah, I mean, they were on foot. They honestly could have won. You would have thought they would have at least won one of those attacking rounds. Like, that was a potential 3-0 for OpTic with the way that they actually played that. It's one collapse on your defensive side, and all of a sudden you're staring down the barrel. If you lose this map, you're out of the series, and not necessarily looking at the spot that you thought you would be after this series. And we head over towards Embassy. Both teams playing this map specifically yesterday. Both of them losing it. One of them's gonna have to bounce back here. As we go through, we'll discuss what kills are feeling good. But this is your last chance to apply. If you want to get the watch parties underway on your stream, there is your last chance to apply, due at 11 p.m. PT, 2 a.m. ET, and start your Call of Duty League Major 1 watch party. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm going to be watching there, though. So you guys can watch on Twitch. I'll just watch.
Well, watch parties or live at the event. It's going to be a good show either way, but we jump onto this Hardpoint now. OpTic want to take this to a map number 5. LA Thieves want to put this one in the history books. At the moment, LA are in a position to get a good amount of time onto P1, and that is a big chow on fight. Looks for the player up top, but the kill feed will go green.
It's all about the rotation heading over towards P2. OpTic Texas, the ones in the driving seat now. Yesterday didn't work out too well for either one of those two teams. Negative 65 points lost for the side of LAT over towards P2. Texas not quite as bad. 33 was the average that they managed to lose over towards that side last time. So if they can lock this down, get some decent time in, it's going to be important for them. But keep an eye. The rotation for P3 for LA Thieves is so strong. Not doing too bad here on P1 either. Expect them to concentrate on that P3 rotation. OpTic Texas in a good spot for P2.
I'll just peek away some toes there on Envoy. Eventually the nade will do it for him. Now the fight for P2 heats up. Scump though holding it down, and he's really enjoying this. The nades will eventually take the pace of that fight, but Dashy's still alive.
Just starting to come through here. LA Thieves thinking about the rotation already. 40 seconds, and you can see OpTic Texas are thinking about that rotation already. Scump making his way all the way through Laundry towards Kitchen and gunning Envoy on the way. 1 HP and a dream for the King. And now they can start putting a little bit of pressure on. Easing the pressure off themselves over towards P2, although OpTic will have to defend over towards the middle of the map now as LA Thieves have another go.
So they're going to try and get 17 seconds of scrap time, and Scump decides that he doesn't want to give him anything. Looks for it, will eventually go down, but you are right about the rotations. OpTic may sell 15 seconds, but they will gain the spawn.
Yeah, for Thieves, I'm curious. Maybe they're quite happy to try and find a break here rather than the rotation. You can see already Octane up orange stairs. And would probably rather an SMG be up there, as the tank is not necessarily doing the business here. Octane now going to back on down and just keep control of that side of the map. Is now going to get pushed, though. It's a good hold so far. OpTic Texas about to break the 60-point mark, and it's a really nice start for them, all things considered.
Yeah, this is a horrible break for LA Thieves. They don't have position. They need to make some good trades in this kill feed to get it through. Drazah finds 2 as well, opens it up. They fly into this hard point. I said it was a hard break. They're making it look way easier than it should have been. LA Thieves just take it away.
Really good break, and now that's actually going to translate potentially into a rotation here for Envoy. He's going to find 2, and the backup is on the way, as are the spawns. We talk about the sticky spawns, and we talk about if you have control of the hill, it's going to spawn you out towards the next hill if you can get somebody over there, and there's a flurry of kills. LA Thieves, all 4 dead. Drazah finds 3. It's a 6 spree for him. LA Thieves chain 2 hills together. 60 points on offer here.
Now OpTic want to do the same that just happened to them on 3. Looking for it. Already found a couple of kills, but Drazah still alive. That's a 7 streak for him now. Envoy holding off this pressure. Expect to see OpTic maybe try and break this from the top if they can't get around and in early. Drazah just playing this very calm. OpTic still haven't really found anything. Drazah's still alive on this 7 streak. Looking for every single kill that comes through. Make that 8, and he's going to go for the 9th, but it's not going to be enough. Kenny going to try and chow there against iLLeY, and that nade is close. He's going to go for it anyway. Gets taken down by the nade regardless. 22 seconds. And OpTic will try and have that. I think Octane's going to go for the scrap time anyway.
Oh, that's a big fight from Drazah to win as well. Has he got reinforcements? Can he find the first one? iLLeY locking down the back door, and there's a couple of grenades for Envoy to have to deal with. Doesn't take a lick of damage from either one of them. My goodness me. LA Thieves have got to be feeling good about things right now. They're in the ascendancy. They're in the lead in the series. Let's go to a listening for the LA Thieves.
Laundry, lane down. Good time. Go. I'm coming back. Dashy front. I have your laundry in mid. I think he's in, baby. I'm coming back. I'm holding laundry door. I have low door. P1. I got him. Full side 10. Orange. I'll play kills with laundry. Laundry weak. Nice. Let me last shot, Brandon. Nice. Get PD. Go PD here. Go PD here. No, P2. This time, I'm just not getting. I'm getting really forget. Yo, D1 spawn behind him. P2 one shot. One's D1 spawn. Yo, P2. Slow the comp. Yo, double D1. Listen, 2 signs. Slow comp. We win again. Let's go. 2 signs. All horrible. 2 signs. Oh, yo, 1 shot. 2 signs. Yeah, no, hit twice. He's on the dead. I'm sitting at old 2. He's like 100% we're 2 here. 2 at old. All good. I'm playing out D1.
LA Thieves are ahead by almost 100 points and they're slowing down the comms. But let's find out about that team that has to fight their way back. Here as they listen in with OpTic Texas.
What's up, laundry? Nice, laundry week. Where's your top? Top planer, Sam, dude. Hug in the left wall. He's down there.
Yo, what's front laundry? Yeah, it's front bath. Are you? I'm playing for him. Go front back, copy. He's plat.
He's on time, on time, then red.
I think one guy went orange.
I'm one shot, I'm one shot.
On time, left side, then I'm one shot.
Deep left milk, one shot.
Guys on time, guys. Break that time. Orange.
I'm one shot. Laundry right now. Go first that point. Down the hill. You went hill. Literally just went hill. On time.
I have left.
Yo,
What's deep left, guys? Right that time, guys. What's in new? Laundry. Yo, rotate, guys. Yeah, left. One guy's right there.
Shot deep left. Literally bullet. He's decided one. Literally bullet.
I'm wrapping up.
I think. Like close hill.
460 is right back in it, bro. We're good.
I knew that Xbox. That's not Envoy. Last guy's on you.
Yeah, he's on you. He's on you. Let's sit down time. I got you. Xbox on you. Xbox hurt.
They streaks.
Are you?
Laundry? I don't know. I don't know. He's on. Go laundry, I think.
Flip back.
One shot.
Yo, on time, Dan. On time, Dan.
Deep left.
Just 40, bro.
I gotta push out. I push out. I got time.
I don't see no back, bro. Where are they spawning, guys?
Could be spawning planners. Planners, maybe. Yeah, I push that mill. Ivory hallways.
I'm middle.
Well, OpTic keeping it going, considering they are still just under 100 points now. It's a long fight back, but they are in for it for the long haul.
Really well played by OpTic to find the break here, and honestly, it's something that maybe as we have a minor breather, as it's looking like the final 15 seconds are going over towards OpTic Texas, the rotations coming in, the kill feed, look at the kills to death ratio. It really has been so close, and yet OpTic still found themselves 120 points behind. It's all about the rotation and locking down some big time, and that's what LA Thieves have been doing so well. Can they do it here over towards AC? It has been their money hill on this map. Can they make it count here? And maybe look themselves in a position to close out the game. Those 3 kills will help. Dashy can do very little about that. And now LA Thieves could extend out.
Oh, here we go. Drazah making kills in the middle of the map. All these players around them. They'll be looking to just take every single point that they can. Kenny's going to find one in the back. Look
That's
for a
massive.
One as well. And OpTic don't know where to look. They don't know where to aim. They don't know what to do. But at least they're out of the 100-point club.
Well, there is that. Kenny and Co happy to lock in this final 20 seconds. If you're OpTic Texas, you have to stop that happening, but I haven't seen a gunfight be won in so long. OpTic will get the spawn out here, but this is a dire situation now. Great angle coming in from Octane. Just knows where Dashy's going to be. It just feels like LA Thieves can't do a thing wrong here, Bryce.
It doesn't look like it, but the dream is always alive.
5 seconds.
It may be 10 seconds difference. But hey, OpTic have had miracles before. They just have to find a little bit better rhythm. They have to dig them out now. Few seconds left. Kenny's on a 5-string himself. So is Envoy. Eventually, Envoy will go to iLLeY. iLLeY looking for it. Kenny's going to get the second one as well. They're in. Dashy needs to win a gunfight, but he can't. 7-string for Kenny. 1 second left. Guns coming through. Scump can't make it, and LA Thieves walk away the victors. It's been close, but not that time. 3-1 to LA Thieves.
Hell of a way to cap off your online games heading into Raleigh. That is a big win for the side of LA Thieves. Yes, it might not change up their position all that much, but that's going to give them so much confidence after the knockback yesterday. 250 to 116. They beat OpTic Texas around that map. It was just the rotations. P3 was once again, we mentioned it at the top of the shot, well, the top of the map, that was the map. The hold that LA Thieves are looking for. I will spit it out eventually. But P3 was so important for them. And they got so much time over there. And the transition to P4 was wonderful on both rotations. OpTic Texas could not live with Envoy and Kenny on the rotations every single time. The transitional kills coming through at every single moment. Shotzzy had a slow game. And you can kind of tell on the scoreline. I said it's Kenny and Envoy who are finding those kills on the rotation. And once those hills are locked, OpTic really struggled to get back in. Really struggled.
Yeah, and if you're an OpTic fan, that has not been a fun series to watch. 5-3 ahead in the S&D. Went into the last round of the control in defense, which had been 4 defensive rounds as well. Lose that. And then it doesn't end with a bang. It ends with a little bit of a whimper. OpTic cannot find their feet on that final map. And that's just a bit of a sour note to end on, Ton, to be honest with you. There's lots of positives to take away from OpTic, but it's still going to feel like they could have won it.
I think, yeah, you look back at that control, and that's kind of where you sort of say, as said, 2 comfortable defenses. You win, you get a hold of B pretty much immediately on both the attacking rounds as well. You expect to be able to close out one of those. You can't, then you don't hold the defense. It is head loss central. Map 4 was just one they will not want to repeat. And if I see aBeZy from them again over the next week, I will be a little bit surprised.
Certainly so. Well, let's throw it over to our experts to break that one down and tell us what they think. Puckett, over to you.
Thank you, Bryson. Ton. LA Thieves now are coming in with a 2-2 record to Raleigh. That's going to keep them out of the bottom of their group. And, of course, the win over OpTic now puts OpTic at 2-2, which means things are going to get really crazy in the middle of that pack.
Yeah, things are about to get really weird. There's a lot of teams now sitting on 2-2, and I am personally 0-3 on the day. So go ahead and throw me in that lower seeding bracket as well. But
it's a good thing we're not betting today,
yeah,
Allie.
no, definitely not good for me.
Yeah, our parlays are a little bit off, but LA Thieves game was on. Let's take a look here at the clips. Drazah with the 4K there, and I mean, the whole game, it just felt like the rotations were on point for this squad.
Yeah, that was like the big situation of this one. They get all the time on AC with a nice break, and then a rotation. Envoy finds one, Drazah with the 2-piece. And, you know, on this map specifically, it just feels like OpTic Texas can't get set up how they want to get set up. Dashy and iLLeY aren't in the power spots. We've seen a couple rotations. Dashy tried to be there, tried to prioritize it this time, but the teamwork is just not there for OpTic. But granted, in this series, OpTic had a lot of opportunities. I mean, I think back to some key moments. You look at that search and destroy where they've been so great at so far. Couple rounds they lost. They had a 4v2 situation that round number 5, and then they give up. They don't collapse onto the bomb site. A 2-piece comes in from the spawn, and then the control we talk about. Once again, OpTic had all the opportunities in the world, just giving it up. Not enough bedroom control on the side of OpTic. So just some key moments in these games that they threw away.
And of course, these will be CDL points, 10 per win. That'll be locked in for LA Thieves, but everyone's fighting for seeding going into Raleigh. We still have another match to talk about, but as we close out this LA Thieves OpTic battle, we got to take a look back at our Scump play of the game. And this one, well, it's got to be the clutch round 5 of control. Walk me through the finish here, Nameless.
Yeah, so in this situation, they captured A, like basically off the rip, and then they all hit around through their spawn. You had iLLeY and I believe it was Dashy that were sitting inside a bedroom, but neither one of them played their life long enough to assist their teammates off the respawn. And Octane finds a couple big kills, and they're able to just capture this point where OpTic has to just funnel through these back hallways, back doors. We've seen teams find so much success on this map when they're able to hold bedroom. You just got to play it a little bit more patient. Just one mistake will cost you the game.
Allie, this was crazy because it was 4 defenses and then an attack as they close it out for the Thieves.
And what's crazy as well is that the LA Thieves in the previous rounds in their offenses didn't really show a whole lot of signs of life. Like OpTic had pretty dominant defenses as well. So for them to be able to come out and finish that map with an offense is very typical.
We had some crucial plays throughout that series, and a lot of them were being made by a man using a shorter gun this week. We welcome Kenny onto the stream. How are we feeling today, Kenny?
Feeling pretty good. I mean, we got a W today, so always feeling good when you can get a W.
I saw you have 2 nasty 180 turn and burns throughout this series. Both times it was in the kitchen. What's it like playing the meta right now with the SMG? Are you feeling better this week than last week?
I mean, we're still trying to get adjusted to the new meta. I feel like the pace kind of changed a little bit, but I think it's like last year just getting me comfortable back on the sub since I was running an AR for a good majority of this game so far. But we've been slowly just, like I said, getting accustomed to the new meta, and it's fun. I like this one a lot, for sure.
Congratulations on a huge win, Kenny. I want to ask you, it feels like a lot of the teams this year have been kind of having to break some bad habits from last year's games, like hitting old time, not early rotating with enough people. Do you find that you guys are having to break those habits as well?
Yeah, we in our matches against like FaZe and even today and yesterday, I mean, the one like we've had really bad like habits with like hitting ode and like spawning at back ode and trying like basically breaking the whole map. Like we played a hotel Hardpoint versus FaZe and we broke the whole map, and that's like something we're trying to like fix and get accustomed to, is like just holding new, just rotate and hold new, because like last year in Vanguard you could just hit ode and not get penalized for it. So it's definitely something we've been working on, and like I said before, the meta change with the pacing is so much different that it all plays into the game.
Kenny, I seen you there. You were soaking up hill time in that last map, hitting some routes. You were looking nice in and around the hill. I want to ask you guys, after that Florida match last night, you know, the hardpoint wasn't looking too good. The respawn was a little bit sus. What was the conversation like? What adjustments you guys make coming into today?
We just felt like versus Florida, I mean, they played well. Got to tip my cap to them. They played really good. They had us basically uncomfortable on the map, but I think it's just us being like reactionary. Like we weren't getting enough info yesterday. Everybody's just playing off assumptions, and I think Florida kind of just penalized us for that. So today we just came into it like, yo, clear comms today. We feel like our comms are really hectic yesterday. We really didn't know our game plan. Let's just focus up on that and make sure we're just talking to each other and using our teamwork, because I mean, we obviously feel like we have some of the best teamwork in the game, and we're all shooting together. We feel like we can beat anyone. So I think yesterday our teamwork was just super sloppy, but that could also be a tip to Florida playing well.
For sure.
Florida's causing a little bit of chaos in their series. It's been fun to watch, and if you look at our leaderboard, if you had preseason predictions, well, you were wrong. No one has our current leaderboard correct, so I want to hear it from you. Who do you think are the 3 other toughest teams in the league if we're looking at a top 3 finish in Raleigh other than the LA
Give
Thieves?
us an answer, Kenny. Come on.
I mean, Boston's looking good. I feel like a lot of teams are good. I mean, Florida, I mean, granted, people are looking at Florida. I think Florida was a really good team yesterday. We haven't scrimmed them much, but playing them yesterday, they felt really good. Obviously, FaZe, so I'd probably have to say like Boston, FaZe, and maybe Minnesota. I mean, they lost today, but they look really good as well.
There you have it. Kenny, thank you so much for answering the tough ones, and we are looking forward to seeing you in person. Anything to say to the Raleigh fans that are coming to watch you next week?
Can't wait to see you guys. I haven't been to Raleigh myself, so it's been my first time. Super excited to play in front of fans again and play on the stage. Hoping to show out again and maybe, win the first major.
Send Kenny and I those restaurant recommendations. We're ready to eat. Thank you, Kenny. LA Thieves getting the win over OpTic in our 3rd match. We still have one more to go. When we come back, we're going to be breaking down the final battle. Boston Breach, LA Guerrillas. Will we have 2 more teams finish 2-2? Stay tuned to find out after this.